everyone.
Hi.
We're back with a new season of What a K-Drama. I'm Kathleen.
My name is Ilse.
And today we're discussing a new drama. It's a new drama.
Relatively
this
new.
year's
Yeah.
drama anyways. And I loved it so much. Okay? I love it so much.
It was okay.
It's not Ilse's style. I actually dragged her into this.
Not
I
my
was
cup
like-
of tea.
I was like, look, let's watch this together because I love the plot. And then she was like, okay, fair.
Also, to be fair, I had seen like half the show on TikTok already.
That too.
Because TikTok does not know spoilers. It just
Not
gives.
at all. It's like, it's crazy. It's horrible, actually. Because you know what? When I'm watching something, I'm like, I don't want to watch the spoilers, right? Because I'm watching it. But then hit me with the spoilers. Like I was watching Hometown Cha-Cha-Cha, right?
Mm.
I love that show to bits. It was like, I love it so much. It was like comfort, beauty, all of that. And then I was missing one episode. And then obviously time difference. I have a life. I was going to watch it in the evening. But guess what happened? TikTok gave me the end.
If you have time to watch TikTok, you have time to watch the show.
Not when you're on the bus. Anyways, they were talking about Yumi cells.
Mm-hmm.
And this show was very good, I think. Also, kind
Very inventive.
of, I also think they kept it quite real, and I like that. Yeah, you know?
Well, apart from
Of course.
everything happening in the brain, obviously.
Yeah, but let's just talk about a bit Yumi cells, okay?
Yes.
So, it was produced by TVN.
Noise.
All TVN. So, and it's based on the webtoon by Lee Dong-gun with the same name. So this webtoon, it's old. I think it was 2015.
Yeah.
Okay? And
Wow,
it's finished. Old.
It's practically ancient.
Yes.
They have internet then.
Anyway, it's a fairly old if you consider the webtoon database,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
It's fairly old. And yes, so I'm reading the webtoon now.
You are?
I am.
Nice.
But in the webtoon, so the full plot is about like Yumi and Yumi cells. So Yumi is this girl, lovely woman, hardworking woman. She's thriving. Well, she's trying, anyways.
Well, I wouldn't say thriving.
Well, she's working. She has a
She's
good
working on her
job.
issues.
Yeah, but you know, we are all works in progress, and she knows it.
How poetic.
Exactly. So I think that we can call that thriving because she's trying to improve, and then in the series we see her grow. I think we do see her grow.
Yeah. No, yes, we do. We do.
Okay, so let's continue with this. So this show, this show starts like Kim Ga-eun, we love her. An Bo-hyung, boy's been busy, just saying.
Yeah, he and Netflix are very good pals.
Yeah.
Mm.
So Yin-young got 7.
Mhm.
EUB, we also have Park Ji-hyun and a special cameo by our beloved boy,
My boy, Mino!
So when we saw Mino, we literally screamed at the screen because we love him.
Also, we need to have a conversation at one point about Mino's character.
We will eventually, but let's go into the plot.
Let's focus on Yumi first.
Yes.
Our girl.
So Yumi is like, she lives alone, okay? She has a bit of a crush
Independent woman.
Yes, she has a bit of a crush on Uki, with character played by Mino. But it's like a one-side crush. And I love how in her head, it's like, let's be honest, we all think a lot. It's like, it's a human thing to do, but we don't really recognize all of that, right?
No thoughts, head empty.
So I like how they kept her thought process as a normal person would. You see the pros and cons. You see this, you see that. Sometimes you overthink, sometimes you don't. Sometimes you just go for it. So, and all of that, those emotions are represented by the cells.
Yes.
So we have a few cells. We're going to go into them later.
They're all like little characters in this little city in Yumi's mind.
Exactly. It's like this is Inside Out-ish. But there they have like four or five main emotions.
Yes.
Here we have like a lot.
All of them.
A lot. We're talking about
Hunger. Lust.
hunger. Yes, we'll talk about them later. But the thing is that all these cells are connected and it's like throughout your full body. I'm talking about lungs has got a cell. Your brain has got a cell.
Your bowels.
everything. Your
Lol.
hands have got a cell.
Yeah, true.
So it's like a super interesting thing to see, because you see all her thought process, and what it seemed to be actually very long is actually just a second.
Yeah, that's what I wonder about. Like,
It is a second.
sometimes you have like 10 minutes of conversation between Yumi cells, right?
Yes, but that must be a second.
And then it's like interspersed with like shots of Yumi just
It's
staring,
Yeah.
you know, looking. And it's like, how is that?
But hear me out. I do believe this, because let's think you're buying something, but you're not quite sure what you're buying. And then you're at the till and you're buying other stuff.
Should I?
But you see this thing that I'm like, should I not? And then you have it there. And then you have the process of thought where you say, should I not? And it's written, and it just takes a couple of seconds. And then you're like, I'll get it. Well, I won't get it. So I think that's the case with human cells.
That's true.
For entertainment purposes, obviously, they made it long and a bit dramatic sometimes, because themselves are hilarious. Okay.
Honestly, one of the highlights of the show
Was the
in my
cells.
opinion.
And also the animation as well.
Super cute. Yes, agreed.
Well, anyway, Yumi crushing Oogie. Oogie not interested in her.
Yeah, they're co-workers.
They're co-workers. Not just that, Oogie doesn't like girls. You know?
Yes.
So he's like, look, I'm not interested in like.
He's very kind about it.
He's very kind, and he also, I think he knows that he has like a little crush on him. You know.
I don't think he was blind. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a bit obvious, like on the nose, you know.
Yeah.
Anyways, she was like a bit over the top with
her reaction was like,
I'm gonna look at myself.
Was crying.
Yeah.
I was like, girl, you've had this crush for like 2 days.
I think it was more than 2 days, but whatever.
It felt like 2 days.
Well, true. But the point is that he's like, look, he kept asking her these questions and all of that, because he actually wanted to set her up with one of his besties.
That was a bit weird. He should have started with that. He's like, yeah, actually, I might have a friend. Look, you don't ask like, what's your favorite food?
The thing is that you need to build up.
Tell me your medical history. You know what I mean?
We don't know. It might be cultural differences, anyways. Cultural differences. So you need like a bit of the build up, I think. And like, it was fun to watch. I think it was very fun to watch.
It was very cute.
Anyway, he sets Yumi and Gugu
by a date.
Ambuyong, boys catch Ambuyong, and
Go does not give the best first impression. Can I just say?
He freezes.
He's on chanclas.
Chanclas are flip-flops, by the way.
Like, he meets her for the first time on his slippers.
Yes. His look was horrible. No effort whatsoever, even though...
It's kind of what you wear to clean the house. I'm like, you know...
Yes. Well, casual. It was horrible anyways. He meets her, not just that, his cell work is a bit over the top too.
Yeah.
And it's a bit... we're gonna go into... Google.
Yeah, I have opinions on that.
Yes. And then him's like... It was just very awkward, that first encounter. Long story short...
brain freeze.
Boy is kind of cute and kind of wholesome. Sometimes.
Sometimes, yes.
And then they start dating. Okay? In the full show, you see them like ups and downs. You see the full relationship growth, how it works for them, you know, and the little things that they have to work out.
Yeah.
Okay? So it's like a normal relationship, I'll say. They don't try to give, oh my God, no, we don't. And then he lives with her on stage, which is like very normal these days, I believe. And they just don't try to keep it like, oh no, you know, we don't see each other, we don't go to each other's houses. They don't try to like cover it up.
They're like in their 30s. You know?
I know, but look, I've seen shows where they are like, a boy in my house? No. They're like, okay, we chill, live with me, you know. We're a couple. Also, they kept like human, like the dude having like really bad stomachache in her house. And him knowing that it was happening. And look, she was like super okay about it. She was like, look, it's fine. It's absolutely fine.
Tea, you know.
So basically, I think that was very cool because it also kept it organic-ish.
Yeah. I agree. Yes.
Okay, well, we live the show through Yumi's emotions and sometimes Gungun's
Boom, yeah.
emotions. And it just like, it's very cute. I really like it. So let's go into the cells now because we have a lot to talk about. So let's talk about Yumi cells. So in this world, they have a prime cell. In the case of Yumi, her prime cell is the love cell. And
because that's her biggest priority.
Love. I did not like that her priority sometimes was other people over her.
Yes, but that's what I really enjoyed. The character growth that we see from her partner is her number one priority.
Yeah.
Should I say this? This is a spoiler.
Spoiler
alert! Sorry. Where in the end, she is her own priority.
Exactly.
Like she's the number one.
She realizes that, and you see how her priority changed because the priorities changes every day.
Yeah.
And how she was like, my priority first was him, but then at one stage she was like, no, I am a priority now.
Yeah.
And that was something very interesting.
That's a very big lesson to learn. Not just for Yumi, but just for everyone.
Yeah, and not just that. I think Kim Go-eun's performance with that was incredible because it was spot on, man. I think that she did a great job.
She was really, really good.
Like her facial expressions, she wasn't trying to hide. Well, sometimes the emotions did try to hide her emotions. And they had this kind of a puppet, like a puppet of emotion one, laugh and simple stuff. Sometimes it was a bit much.
Yeah.
But other than that, it was a very normal person.
Yes. Yes.
So Love Cell comes back to life. Love Cell was dead because of her last heartbreak.
Exes,
But yeah. And then she comes back and she takes over. Before they had the cells that were trying to be like the prime cells was emotion cell and rational cell. But then she comes back super powerful because now Yumi is in a relationship, she's in love, and she just grows more powerful by the day.
Yeah.
But whenever she is falling of it, the love cell also loses her power.
Yeah. Like when you see her fall out of love. Are we gonna go that much into detail?
Let's just go into the end. But basically, it works.
When there's relationship trouble, love cell takes a punch.
Yes, basically. So let's go into emotion cell. So emotion cell is relatable. Okay.
She's so cute.
Emotion cell, yes. Okay, she was like, why are you doing that? Why are you treating Yumi like that? So she was ready to fight. She was ready to take control and make Yumi fight. But then you had the backup rational cell. Rational cell was like, look.
He did his best. Poor guy.
But it was hilarious. Rational cell was like, look, you can't do that.
No.
You can't do that. That's not good. That's not right. And then emotion was like, you know what? I'm doing it. And then what is funny is that in this little cells world, they even have a jail. You have like
a jail and a court and a justice.
You even can go on holiday.
Yeah.
There
were islands.
Yeah.
And an ocean.
It was insane. It's like my emotions leaving through my ear. Goodbye. It's going to Hawaii.
See you in 2 weeks.
So then you have rational cell as well. Rational cell tried his best, I suppose. Yeah. He tried his best. Sometimes he was successful. Sometimes he wasn't. It was funny. I think he was like a lovely kind of cell.
I think it was a good balance to have. Rational cell and emotion cell.
I like the relationship between rational and emotional because they were best friends to start there. They were like best buddies and they talk a lot about Yumi because Yumi is their main character, quite literal. And they just was like, yeah, but you can't do that. And emotion was like, yeah, but he's doing this and he's treating Yumi bad, so why would we let him do that? So it was cute. Now we have one of my favorite cells, hunger cell, because it was adorable. Okay, and relatable as well, because if you're hungry, you're hungry.
Yeah.
So, exactly, he would throw like tantrums. Also, he was huge because Yumi liked to eat. So, it was very cute.
So wholesome, that one.
I love the tantrums.
So simple.
Babe, give me my chips and I'll be happy.
Yeah, just like have a snack, have something nice.
Yes. Now if we go for funny cells, naughty cell takes it all.
Okay, naughty cell.
It was so extra. I loved it.
The hip shaking, the blush, always.
Yeah.
The like random like coming behind the door with like the
sexy. Notice that this cell was always in its underwear.
Mm-hmm.
It was very funny.
Always in the undies.
Very also flashing other cells on one stage. It was hilarious. It was so funny.
I thought it was kind of good that they showed that a lust cell or a naughty cell is also very present in a woman's mind.
Yes, yeah, because it's human, you know? Exactly, and we like that.
Mm.
Okay, we're going into the detective cell, and I had to have that cell because it was hilarious. It was like, this detective cell...
Sherlock Holmes inspired.
Yes, it will come up with these random theories that were crazy, and who hasn't come up with those crazy theories?
It's like, this person hasn't texted me back yet. Maybe they died in a car crash with like their family, something like that.
Yes, very dramatic anyways.
They're trying to find clues, everything.
It was simple. The dude was in traffic. It was simple.
Yeah, and his phone died. Not him, just his phone.
Then we have Fashion Cell. Fashion Cell came back from jail because she had a shopping spree, and Yumi finances were not good.
If you're overspending, blame your fashion cell.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes. And probably going to jail as well.
Yeah.
Then we have Anxiety Cell. So Anxiety Cell loved her because
that little, oh, cute.
She had like the perfect gut feelings all the time.
Yes.
She was like, guys, I think this is not correct. I have this feeling.
Mm.
And he's like...
very intuitive.
Yes, but it's so relatable. It's
She's
like...
so cute.
You know that whenever you are like, something is happening and you just don't have a right feeling. Like that. Loved it.
Thank you.
So in human cell, in Yumi's world, these are like all my favorite cells. There is a lot of cells.
So many more.
A lot. There is one that looks after your finances. That looks like...
Love her.
Yes.
We love a frugal queen.
Then you have Yumi's wants to be a writer, so we have a writer cell, which is like in terms of the creativity and all of that. Very cute. We will have a judge. I wasn't quite sure what was her job besides like cheering for Yumi and making all other cells like, look, you need to behave. You know, I don't actually understood her role, but it was kind of cool.
Well, she also gave Love Cell the special card.
Oh, she kept the cards. That's very true. Just like, look, I have the cards for you.
There's quite a bit of lore surrounding the cells.
Yeah.
So definitely recommend watching it to understand. Let's talk about golden cells.
Okay, I'm going to talk about the ones I liked because his brain worked different than Yumi's.
Yes.
You saw Yumi's living through her cells, which found it very interesting. But then with his character, he was basically a machine, quite literal.
Yeah, he had
a supercomputer,
a handful of cells, and then AI, like a Alexa,
kind of thing. Which, fair enough, he's a developer. That's his job. So I guess it came from that.
Probably, but a bit of his personality as well.
Maybe his personality is like iffy a bit. Sometimes it's like boy.
Iffy, yeah.
So we have his rational cell, which is basically the one that is in this massive room, big computer, all of that. Then we have humor cell. That humor cell
needs to die. I love a good dad joke, but come on.
The jokes were horrible. Not just that, in their first encounter, like the first moment they met, humor cell decided to take over.
Yeah, because he had like a brain freeze and the humor cell was like, I got this. So it was like dad joke after dad joke after dad joke after dad joke. And Yumi was like, ha 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 ha, awkwardness.
At that stage, they used the puppets because she didn't know how to react.
Exactly.
Well, that was that cell. No. Now we have his love cell. His love cell, I did not see much of his love cell.
No, it didn't come around often.
I did see how his love cell went to Yumi's world because every time if they kiss, the cells can travel between them. how the love cell out of nowhere invaded, because that was an invasion.
Yeah, he pulled
The
What was
frog, the frog costume.
yeah.
And then he went into Yumi's to see like what was happening. Why wasn't she accepting a womb? And stop pushing love cell. Stop pushing it. Then we have another one that I actually forgot to mention. There was Los Tesoros, because it was
A T-Rex in a toupee.
it was so funny. It was so funny. And last but not least, the one that I kind of hated as well is the hairy one. I hated that cell so much. I'm like, why do you need so much hair? Why?
Just to give a bit of context, Go wanted a little beard.
Yes. And his hair or fashion. I'm not
I
quite
think
sure.
it was the hair cell.
Hairstyle
Specifically for
cell.
hair. I don't think he had a fashion cell.
Yeah, probably not. Oh my god, that's so mean.
Savage!
Anyway, his his hair cell wanted to grow the mustache, but boy was like long hair, not brushy. You couldn't see his face. I'm like, why? Why? So one of the first things that the cells do in a wound's world is basically shave the hair cell, and it's super funny. It's like very interesting.
We all have our own preferences,
Yeah, to each their own, I suppose, but I hated that cell, personally. So tell me what you like the most about Yumi cells, because you watch a different type of dramas.
Slightly.
So she's more like, well, you know her, right? By her reviews, murder, crime, dark stuff. So what do you think about Yumi cells?
I think it was an interesting perspective of relationships in your 30s.
Yes.
Yumi has a very different personality from my own. Like, very different.
Yes.
For me, it was interesting to see how she started the relationship, how she dealt with conflicts, and how everything grew from there.
Yeah.
Right? Sometimes I did get frustrated by how she doesn't take a lot of action. Sometimes with the
she
conflicts,
was a bit passive.
Right?
Yes.
However, there was growth in that area, and what I liked very much is that how in the end she was her own priority. I think that was the biggest takeaway from that.
Yeah, and she did not take it anymore. She was like, look, this is it for me. Get your problems together, get your stuff sorted, and then we can talk. Yeah.
Like the whole hotel arc they had.
Yes.
That, for me, that shouldn't have been there. For me, that was so annoying.
So to give a bit of a context, they had a full fight over the hotel because she wanted to go to that hotel for her birthday. But the hotel had like a shower, a glass shower inside the bedroom. So it was like...
zero privacy, basically.
So there was a full issue about that, And it was like kind of unnecessary. I mean, I get it. But at the same time, was it really... What was the point,
Like, you saw the differences in their communication style. Because he went, like, very, like, cold, blocks off. Like, you want to do that? Sure. You want that? Sure.
And then she was a bit more passive, sort of like, well, if he doesn't want, I'll just go. It's fine. But I really want to stay, but it's fine.
Yeah,
whatever.
but it definitely showed, like, a clash in their communication styles.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then he went all Karen in the
in the
hotel,
lobby. Yes.
I was like, bro, come on.
Yes.
No.
So,
there is one thing that I was very curious about, right?
Yeah.
So in Yumi's brain, her cells are both male and female.
Yeah.
But then in Woong's brain, you only have male
and a computer
and a T-Rex.
Yeah, I didn't get that either. For me, it's that Yumi's world was more like built up. Yumi's full thing.
Maybe.
I think it was more built up. You had like more cells and you could see them interacting. But with him, it was just a few. And even if whenever the rational cell went into Woon's village, you couldn't really see the gender of any of the cells.
No.
They were all like in their uniform.
Do you remember if the AI voice was male or female?
It was a female voice.
See, that bothers me.
Look, don't go too deep into it. It's a fake.
I know, but that has quite a bit of like female servitude thing. That's why Alexa's voice is also female, you know? But then what I thought was strange is that rational cell in Yumi's brain was male.
And most of the other cells were female, except for hunger. You're right.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't go too much into
Also,
it.
lust cell was kind of dubious. I didn't know what gender that was.
I know, he was gender neutral.
Non-binary king.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, I didn't go that much into it.
It's just something I wondered. And then
Yeah.
when I started seeing it, I couldn't really unsee it, you know?
I suppose, but look, maybe there's a difference with the webtoon. We just
maybe that's
cannot
possible.
really know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But still, it was a creative decision that they made for the drama.
Absolutely. Yes.
It doesn't mean that the drama's not good. It's just something that I started thinking about, and then I was like, okay, so
Why?
pourquoi? You know?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, so for me, I just liked it. I really liked it, but I was a fan of Inside Out in Disney. I thought that was a really good representation of one's mind.
Bing bong.
And I think that Yumi Cells is also kind of a good representation of humans' emotions.
Yeah, for sure.
And just people living in the 30s and trying to, make it through life, I suppose.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's going to be a season 2.
Hell yes!
And I have to admit this, I read a lot of spoilers because I was curious.
Ooh.
But guys, you will have to wait for that. I'm very sorry.
When is it coming out, do you know?
I think it's next year, probably 2022. We'll see. We'll see. Kim Go-eun landed that, yes girl, you deserve it. And well, that was it for this episode actually.
Yeah.
Of What a K-Drama.
Quite a lengthy tale.
Yes, so make sure to watch Yumi Cells. Absolutely recommend it. Lovely drama. It's like a rom-com, slice of life mix all together.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
And I'm saying that.
Anyway, go ahead and check theKmeal.com for more content. Follow us in our socials. The K-Meal. We also now have our Patreon as well if you want to watch this video. And yeah, we're everywhere, people.
Yeah, you'll find us.
Yes. So see you next time with a new episode of What a K-Drama.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.